bootstrapping, scrappy,
a few $1,000,000.
Control.
Potential investors,
masters of their own economic destiny.
If you only need a few $100,000, don't raise a few $1,000,000. I think that's true not just for your own sake in terms of how much of the company you own or for being able to give the investors the return they want. There is something about being constrained early on, because one of the biggest risks, especially for a first-time entrepreneur, early in the company is lack of focus.
I always say that we have a depression mentality, which I think has paid off well, which is that we didn't do the traditional fundraising thing from the start. We started with a very small amount of friends and family money and made that last a really long time. We were very scrappy.
We ran on savings for 10 months. Living as cheap as humanly possible was our source of funding, and spending virtually no money on the business itself beyond our servers. For us, it was really important that we be sure that we had a real product before we approached investors.
3 of us on the founding team had come from the finance and investing world, and we had worked with a bunch of companies and seen companies where we knew it was the management team and the entrepreneurs that were really busting their asses and creating the real value in the company, but it was investors who ended up reaping most of the rewards.
Everyone wants to be in TechCrunch. It's sexy to say, oh yeah, Sam Yagan just raised $10 million for an idea. When people do that, I think more times than not, it actually doesn't work. I'd rather see somebody build a prototype just on a shoestring. Just because the money's there doesn't mean you should take it.
Well before you want to raise money, you email or call us or somehow get a hold of us and say, I just want to tell you what I'm working on, and I want to have you associate a face and a name to this idea. And we get the opportunity to kind of sit back and watch the team evolve and the product evolve. And then when the time is actually ready to consider investment, we've already been favorably impressed and we've had opportunity to see everything develop over time. It's a much more effective way to raise money.
The money should be the second best thing that an investor brings to the table. The first thing they should bring is themselves. If you're not overly impressed with them or you're not connecting with them, that to me is the worst thing an entrepreneur can do, is just take money. You really should look for that next click and that relationship that you're building.
We give advice to everybody who comes in here. They should take it with a grain of salt, because we don't know as much about their business as they do, but we do see a lot of businesses.
We did get a lot of feedback along the way. I think it's okay to reach out to people, even potential investors, and just ask for advice. Tell them that you're not ready to raise, but that you're interested in learning more about the process.
There's a great cliche about the venture business, which is, if you're looking for money, you'll get advice. If you're looking for advice, you'll get money.
Part of what this sort of wave of entrepreneurship and of change that as it moves through our society is doing for people is letting people actually be masters of their own economic and destiny, and that is a fantastic thing.